Hello and welcome! Silrace here with World of Tanks. And this is my first ever video since I added World of Tanks content back into the channel. Not my first ever World of Tanks video, but first in a long time. And I figured it is good to start with Panther M10. Panther M10 happens to be, I do believe it is the first ever premium tank I ever acquired since I started playing this particular game, since I started playing World of Tanks. And as such I figured, alright, this is a good tank to try things with, as in add this into the videos and well, play some games and learn the game with again. And that is why this video is titled Barely Adequate, because this is barely adequate gameplay, as in we're not really achieving all that much here. However, I do want to talk it through, because this is the sort of game, I believe this was the third game I played after I restarted playing. But yeah, this is the sort of gameplay I really want to show off, which is me, you know, trying to figure this stuff out and having to learn the game again. And that includes stuff like getting shot at by FCM 50Ts and the things of that nature, because here I'm trying to get the cupola of the T-3485M. I actually don't know if I can penetrate that with regular rounds. I assume so, because it's a tier 6 tank, but apparently I definitely cannot go through the turret. When I last played this game, there were no such a thing as T-3485M. I have no idea how the tank works, or how its armor works, or anything of the sort. So here, I do believe I am the forward spotter for my team, and I try to do that a little bit. I'm trying to poke back and forth a bit, but I do realize also now as I'm looking this back, which is exactly the reason why I am doing these videos, to realize my own mistakes. Firstly, those shots penetrating right through my hull there at that angle, I turned the camera back there, and as you saw, it was like, okay, how? Okay, do I need to angle even more? And that is something I need to learn again. How much do I need to angle, especially this particular tank where the armor is not very good? Anyway, and nor is it in the Panther, but still the regular Panther is, I believe, my highest win rate tank ever. I love the regular Panther, and so the Panther M10 has always been close to my heart as well. I do believe the Panther was my first tier 7 tank in the game to begin with. Alright, there is a more juicy target here. I see my teammates, if you look at the minimap, they are advancing a little on this particular thing, and also of note is that I did not bother to censor away the chat messages or anything of the sort, but I knew there was this Cromwell. I paid attention to the minimap a little bit, and so I'm going to try and get rid of this Cromwell, but of course I get shot at by an invisible tank destroyer, which does not get spotted for shooting me. That is slightly annoying, but that's what it is. The spotting mechanics of this game, and also to realize that there are probably new tanks around now which have even more camo than they had when I was last playing. Alright, that managed to bounce around, however I did not still get a shot, and I'm trying to get very fast shots over here, and while I admit I was hoping to get both a tracking and a damaging shot on the projectile, the fact that I managed to track that was good. That was good. I at least did something correct. I managed to stop them for my teammates to finish it off. Remove guns from the gameplay, and I'm firing high explosives here because I was thinking I would have to fire at these things turret. And I was hoping that would be a tracking shot, but it was not. So let's switch back to AP, and here we have more teammates coming. At least we are winning this so far. And if you look at these, I love that there is now a damage and damage taken numbers and all of that. That is good. Those were not in the default UI settings back when I played, so I needed to have mods for that stuff. Thankfully you do not anymore, so I can play this game completely free of mods. I never liked mods for these things. I prefer a little bit more customizable UI instead of having mods to play around with. That's just my preference. Anyway, if you look at the numbers, I've done basically nothing this game. Like, I've done barely anything, and that is the reason why this is called barely adequate. Because, well, we're kind of being carried by our team. I did do the initial spotting, and I still think my positioning was correct at the start to try and aggressively push to the corner, which I pushed to. But I might have wanted to try and angle the tank better there, to take less damage, take less incoming damage, and simply try to keep spotting the enemies instead of trying to fire at them, to work as the scout role. That is the main thing I am so far taking out of watching this gameplay back, actually. Try and do that more, since this is a medium tank. It has a fairly okay view range, nothing spectacular overall, but fairly okay. And I am indeed running, at least I believe I'm running coated optics. I should be running coated optics on this thing. So that helps a little bit. Now, of course, there is OI, a Tier 6 something something. It's a Japanese heavy tank, which I have never ever played against before, so I have no idea at all what that is capable of. And I kind of don't want to get shot at by it at this point, because I don't want to find out. No. Can I get down here? Never tried this before, and the answer is yes. I can get down through here, so I'll learn something new at the end here as well. So overall, I am getting carried by my team kind of hard here, but we are at least winning the game, and I hope that I was able to contribute a little to that particular victory with my early positioning. So overall, I would say we did something adequate in this game. We managed to do some spotting for the team, we managed to let them know where the enemies are, and we managed to stop them from pushing across to the... Well, if I pull out the mouse cursor, we got this corner covered. We managed to stop the enemies from pushing around from here to try and create a crossfire from here and here into these areas. And or let them take over this particular position so they could hang around this corner and we would be basically locked down here. This is an old map, I still remember this map, but of course the map has changed, I think, a little in these areas. So I am not 100% sure if it still plays the same. I at least think it has changed in this area. It has been a too dang long a while. But anyway, I figured this was a good starting game, and to show off well, I think this was as I mentioned, this was the second or the third game I played on my account when I got back to playing World of Tanks and so forth. So what should I have done differently? Well, I do believe this was the correct move. I did not get shot at from across here on my way, and I should probably just have spotted this better, this corner. Try to take less shots, even if well, if possible, but simply try and spot the enemies better back here. Keep them back, let my teammates who got here to try and, you know, slaughter them as I give them vision. And maybe I reacted to the Cromwell too late. Maybe I should have pushed back here earlier to try and actually kill the Cromwell, blow it up. Instead, now it managed to get away with a little bit of health. But anyway, hopefully that was enjoyable little viewing for the first episode of my World of Tanks content, and more will be coming. Thank you very much for watching.